Institution Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Petroleum and the Nigerian economy. We will be looking at the historical development of petroleum in Nigeria. The development of the petroleum industry in Nigeria started several years ago. The first attempt made towards oil exploration was in 1908 by a German company called Botman Corporation. This was closely followed in 1937 by Shell de Are, an Anglo-Dutch company. By 1956, Shell BP embarked on a more economic production of petroleum in the Niger Delta region of Nigeria. It was in this year 1956 that Shell BP discovered its first commercial crude oil in the country at Oli Ibiri in the present Rivers State. In 1958, full-scale production had taken off. Later, many other companies such as Ajib Oil, Gulf, now Chevron, joined in the exploration of crude oil. By 1960, when Nigeria became independent, the volume of output of crude oil was just about 6 million barrels. By 1965, crude petroleum production had reached about 100 million barrels. The civil war between 1967 and 1970 slowed down production. At the end of the civil war, crude oil production was about 119 million barrels. Ever since 1976 till date, petroleum has remained the major source of government revenue. Contributions of petroleum to the Nigerian economy. Petroleum has contributed both positively and negatively to the Nigerian economy. I will be looking at the both of them, but for now, let's take the positive contributions. The positive contributions of petroleum to the Nigerian economy are: 1. Source of government revenue. Petroleum has contributed greatly to the major source of revenue available to the government. Generation of employment. The petroleum industry has also added the generation of employment opportunities to various categories of people. Example: petroleum engineers, chemical engineers, and geologists. Infrastructural development. Money generated from petroleum industry has helped develop infrastructures in the country. Example: roads, airports, seaports, electricity, and telecommunications. Sources of foreign exchange. Petroleum has also played a major role as source of foreign exchange for the nation. Establishment of oil-related industries. Other oil-related industries have been established with the help of crude oil. Example: petrochemical industry. Improvement of balance of payments. This is as a result of the exportation of petroleum to foreign countries. Improvement of standard of living. The standard of living of the people has improved due to petroleum industry through the provision of employment, increase in per capita income, and development of basic infrastructure. Positive foreign policy. Petroleum has also played a vital role in shaping Nigeria's foreign policy since her independence. 9. Major source of energy. Petroleum remains the major source of energy in the country. Example: diesel, kerosene, and petrol. Provision of wide range of products. It has also contributed to the provision of a wide range of products such as fuel, paint, insecticides, dyes, and fertilizers. The negative contributions of petroleum to Nigerian economy. The negative contributions of petroleum to the Nigerian economy are as follows. 1. Environmental pollution. Oil exploration has led to serious environmental pollution of the land, air, and water, especially in the Niger Delta region of the country. Increased social vices. The discovery of oil in the country has led to increased social vices like corruption, armed and pen robbery. Development of mono economy. As a result of the discovery of oil, Nigeria is now a mono-economic country, which means that it now relies solely on crude oil as her major source of revenue. The neglect of agriculture and other sectors. Agriculture, which used to be a major source of revenue to the nation, has been neglected. Other sectors have no relevance in the economy of Nigeria. Rural-urban migration. It has also led to the movement of able-bodied men and women from the rural to urban centers in search of non-existent jobs. High rates of inflation. This means that the money derived from petroleum is so much that there is excess money pursuing few goods and services. Political instability. The discovery of crude oil has led to political instability in the country, as people in the Niger Delta are always at war with other groups, causing social insecurity. Economic instability. Oil glut, which had once spelled doom for this nation, always reminds us not to over-rely on crude oil, as the high prices of the crude being experienced now can collapse anytime. Deprivation of means of livelihood. As a result of the exploration of crude oil, many people like fishermen and farmers have been deprived of their means of livelihood due to heavy pollution. The roles of Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC). We will be looking at the roles of Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) is a body charged with the development and management of Nigeria's petroleum resources. It was established in 1977 and was assigned the responsibility for the exploration, production and refining of petroleum, as well as the distribution and foreign marketing of crude oil and petroleum products. Its roles. The role of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation includes 1. Regulatory functions. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation was set up to regulate the activities of the oil companies in Nigeria. Example: issuance of licenses for oil exploration, oil prospecting, and operation of filling stations. 2. Exploration of oil. NNPC is also charged with the responsibility of oil exploration in the country, that is, searching for the presence of oil. Petroleum production. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation is also responsible for the sinking and controlling of its own oil wells with the purpose of producing crude oil. Oil transportation. It is also responsible for the transportation of crude oil and the refined products from areas of production to areas where they are required by the use of tankers and pipelines. Manpower development. This is another crucial role played by the NNPC in the area of manpower training of Nigerians to ensure that they occupy managerial, professional and supervisory grades in all the oil companies operating in the country. The NNPC Product Movement Section is also responsible for planning operations to pump products from the source of supply to various destinations in a safe, economic and controlled manner, and ensuring adequate stocks in the depots to meet tanker truck loading demands. Employment. NNPC was set up to generate employment for various categories of Nigerians. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries (OPEC). The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries was formed in 1960 in Baghdad, that is Iraq, by 5 main oil exporting countries, which are Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. The formation of OPEC was essentially a reaction to the exploitative tendencies of multinational companies involved in oil exploration. As a result of the success of this organization in maintaining oil price stability and uniformity of policies, 8 other countries were attracted to join the body. The organization's secretariat is in Vienna, Austria. The roles of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries (OPEC). Its roles include 1. To maintain stability of oil price. One of the major objectives or roles of OPEC is to maintain the stability of oil price in the world market. To ensure steady supply of oil. The organization also ensures that there is regular and steady supply of oil to the world market. Stabilization of oil income by its member nations. The organization was set up to ensure stabilization of oil income of its member nations. It fixes and allocates production quotas to member nations. It examines and ensures that participation of foreign multinational companies in oil exploitation and exploration does not jeopardize the interests of its member nations. Coordination and harmonization of oil policies of member nations to bring them in line with the standards set by OPEC. And lastly, to negotiate for the participation of member nations in oil exploitation and exploration.